What's up, guys? Jeremy with Everything iDevice, and welcome to another episode of the Beast Mac Mini Build 2013. There's going to be a ton of information packed in this video and a lot of links in the description. I'm basically going to go over all of the parts you're going to need to do this kind of build, also why I'm doing it, and yeah, another reason why I'm doing this series is because I want it to be a complete from step one to step whatever on everything you need to do to get basically a beastly Mac Mini up and running on your desktop. Not just an overview kind of series, but a complete tutorial on every single step of the way. So like I said, I'm going to explain in this video of why I'm doing this build and all the parts included that you're going to need. And I will leave links for everything in the description. So first off, why I'm doing this build. Well, obviously I do have two Apple displays. Those are running off of my MacBook Pro 2013 15-inch, which I do actually have upgraded with a SSD, and I do have the hard drive moved into the optical drive bay. And it's been a great machine for everything I've needed to do with it. It basically, intense video editing, Photoshop, will be Lightroom for photography, After Effects. It's just a great machine. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that the Mac Mini is not going to be the most powerful, computer on the planet. I know that. Obviously, if you want to get extreme power, you're going to go the route of PC or even a Mac Pro if you really want to spend a lot of money. Before I went to Mac, I was on PC and I had a custom built PC. I know they're powerhouses. I'm doing this because I have altered from Windows over to Mac. I just like it better. It works, with all of my devices, and it's just my personal preference. And for any of you that are tuning into this, you're probably watching it because you actually want to upgrade your Mac Mini. So big thumbs up for that. But anyways, yes, I am upgrading from the MacBook Pro to the Mac Mini. I wanted to steer clear of an iMac just because upgrading those by yourself with more affordable SSDs than what Apple offers can be a real pain in the ass to actually take apart an iMac. So that's why I'm just going this route. And a MacBook Pro is just thousands of dollars out of my price range at the point. Maybe in the future that would be pretty awesome to do the new Mac Pro, but those things are really, really expensive. I'm not that rich, guys. So anyways, like I said, we're going to do a beast mode Mac Mini, and it should turn out pretty awesome. So let's get into the parts you're going to need, and between the SSD, the RAM, and the tools, and even the thumb drive, this is all going to be personal preference. I will leave links for everything that I think you guys might like in the description. But first off, we're going to start with the SSD. Now, there's four big name brands that you can choose from for SSD. I just happen to go with the OCZ Vertex 4, and this is the 256 gigabyte version. I was in a huge debate between this and the Kingston HyperX. They're both awesome SSDs, but I just went with this. This is what I have installed in my MacBook Pro. I've been, extremely happy with it. I've gotten hundreds of hours of, data transfer out of that, and I have not had any issues. And I found basically a benchmark battle between the Vertex 4 and the HyperX, and this is just what I chose. They all have their ups, they all have their downs. Also, you might want to put into consideration the what's the other one? The M4. I forget what the brand is. It's the M4, and then also the Samsung 850. I want to say. Don't quote me on that, but all four SSDs are up to par for the fastest on the market right now. And I'll leave links from all down in the description. And like I said, do your research before you choose on what you want. It's all personal preference. If you were to put all four name brands in an identical Mac Mini on all separate desktops, if you were to sit and use them, they're all going to be blazing fast. You're probably not going to be able to distinguish on which one is which brand because they're all just really fast. Next is RAM. This is the same as the SSD. It's going to be personal preference, but I went with the Corsair Vengeance. Of course, I'm maxing out the RAM at 16 gigabytes. This is DDR3 at 1600 megahertz, so I'd recommend at least going with any RAM that's 1600 megahertz. Again, this is all going to be personal preference and what you want to spend on it. Again, I'll leave all links in the description for different options for you guys, along with what I'm actually using for this build. Next, we have the tools to actually get into the Mac Mini. You might actually have these laying around, except for the Logic Board removal toolkit or removal tool, which I'll get to in a minute. But I went with the iFixit ProTech toolkit. The reason why I want this is because this is going to allow me to have all the tools for my iPhones, my iPod, iPads, Xbox, PlayStation, laptops, Mac and PC, any tablets, basically any gadget. This has all of the tools for, and I'll flip it around just to show you kind of the list of all the different tools this does include. Now, this was $60 on Amazon. I'll leave the link in the description if you want it. And I'll also leave a couple other links of basically the Mac Mini specific tools, which are I think around like 15-20 bucks, maybe even less than that, just for the tools that you will only need to get into the Mac Mini. Now, like I said, the next thing you're going to need is a logic board tool, which is pretty little. It's kind of hard to see. You will need this to do this build. This was only a couple dollars on Amazon. Again, I'll leave the link in the description for this as well. And then the next thing you're going to need is a USB thumb drive at a minimum of 8 gig. I have a 16 gig. I have the PNY thumb drive that I got at Best Buy, and the reason why I got this was because it was on sale. It was at Best Buy for $10, so that's what I went with for thumb drive. Like I said, at least just an 8 gigabyte. I'm not going to leave links for this. It's just a USB thumb drive. It's very simple. And the last thing, which I don't actually have yet, it should be in tomorrow, it is a hard drive. What is it called again? Hard drive enclosure, which is a hard drive / SSD enclosure for a 2.5 inch drive, and that's going to allow me to use my hard drive externally from when I remove it to put in the SSD. So the SSD is going into the Mac Mini, hard drive is coming out. I do not want to waste 1 terabyte of memory, so I'm going to put it in a external enclosure. And that will be in the link, a link in the description as well. So that is everything you're going to need for this build. Again, like I said, there's going to be a few more tutorials on each step of this process. This is just the big informational kind of video of everything you're going to need for it. So if you guys did enjoy this video, if it's helped you out a little bit, at least throw me a thumbs up. That will help me out tremendously. Also, stay tuned in for the next episode, guys. This has been Jeremy with Everything iDevice, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.